Hello Sagittarius, how you doing? I hope you are really well. My name is Diane and we're going to do a general reading for May. But it is a timeless reading, you know, so whenever you happen to catch this is when you were meant to see it. You are very welcome here as always, Sag. Thank you very much for checking out the reading. And if it resonates with you and you enjoy it and you feel like liking and subscribing for me, I would appreciate that a lot. Also, I have a new channel out called How to Train Your Caterpillar, which is a spiritual life coaching channel. So if you feel like checking that out for me, the link will be in the description box. I would appreciate that very much, Sag. So let's see what's going on here. Apologies if you can hear my central heating. Like, I had to put it on because it's freezing. Hopefully you can't hear it that much. Oh, you got one of the nicest cards in the deck, Sag. You got Ladybird. Accept happiness and good fortune. Beautiful. This is literally my favorite card in this deck. So you're maybe in a stage at the moment where you're kind of learning how to open up and receive happiness and good fortune. Like, you know, maybe you've kind of been through a lot and like you've got happiness and like good luck coming towards you, and you know, maybe you're just in a place now where you're kind of learning to accept it. So what a beautiful card to start off the reading. Happiness and good fortune coming your way, Sag. You just have to learn how to receive it and know that you are deserving of it. Looks like things are changing. Very nice, very nice. What else? Oh my god, you're reading, Sag. Your potential is endless. You have Throne. And this is number 45, so it's a number 9. So you are closing down some kind of cycle here. You know, you're closing down an old cycle of maybe things not going so well, or like, why won't you stay where I want you to stay? Oh my god, I'm going to kill this card. Stay there. Yeah. Thanks. What was I saying? Yeah, number 9. So you're like nearly at the end of a cycle. Like, I feel like you've learned your lessons. This has been coming up a lot in the readings, but I feel like many people are coming to there's like, I feel like soul groups coming to cycles at the like coming to the end of certain cycles at the moment. So there's people that this card talks about. There's people in your past that have convinced you, whether that is like specific people or society has convinced you that like you're kind of limited. Spirit wants you to know that your potential is endless, and especially since you have learned your lessons, you know, you've done the work. It's very similar to Aries reading. You know, it's like the first part of your life was kind of learning the lessons, and now it's like the good stuff is coming in. Like your reward is coming in, and they want you to know that you are literally prepared for anything now. I mean, this girl here is sitting with like playing with fire. You know what I mean? Like you can create anything you want now. And they're sitting on thrones. You know what I mean? Those bitches are sitting on thrones. Ooh, okay, Sag. So you have the Death card and you have the Moon. But it's okay, because look at this. Look what's coming in now. So you may be in this period, or you may have already passed this period. But you know, the Tower card is obviously things changing. It doesn't mean things are changing badly. Often it means that it's going to change into something good, right? The Tower card just means that your beliefs have kind of been challenged about something. And I feel like here, because you have such positive cards to start, it's like your beliefs about yourself and what you're deserving of and like what can be achieved in your life are maybe being challenged here, because you have the Moon, which is all about facing subconscious fears, right? Like in the card, he's facing his shadow self, right? So you may be in that period at the moment where you're doing a little bit of shadow work here and there. I feel like that's kind of what's up for you at the moment. But they want you to know, like, you know, even if you're doing a little bit of shadow work at the moment, you have all this beautiful stuff coming towards you. There's just, I think, a little bit of healing that you're doing, like, but things are going to change with the Tower. Yeah, Ace of Swords, brand new perspective, breakthroughs coming in, like new belief systems. I feel like it's a new belief system about yourself and what you're like deserving of and what you should be going for. Or it could be like I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but like belief, like changing beliefs. Like maybe you had like a poverty mindset or like a lack mindset, or you just limited yourself. You know, I don't know, for example, maybe you would, I don't know, maybe if you're a guy, you would see a girl and be like, oh, she's super pretty, like I would love to ask her out, but she would never go out with me. You know what I mean? I feel like you're kind of breaking through that now, because there's some, yeah, like a little bit of subconscious fears, maybe some buried emotions here that I think you're confronting, and it's going to give you a lot of clarity. And also he's holding a butterfly here, so you have transformation. You're undergoing some kind of huge transformation at the moment, Sag. Or you will be soon, or you've already done this. You're like transforming into a butterfly. Okay. And you have the devil. But it's come out with the Four of Wands. So I don't know if some of you have a little bit of commitment phobia. That maybe, like for some of you, you didn't even know you had it. Maybe this is something kind of buried, you know, like it, because commitment phobia, like fear of commitment can manifest itself in a bunch of ways, right? Like maybe you think that you've been wanting commitment, or you think you've been wanting stability, but subconsciously you've kind of been sabotaging it because you feel like you're not worthy. So for example, like, you know, instead of dating someone good looking, someone intelligent, someone healthy that's got their shit together, you're kind of maybe going for like, oh, this like puppy, this broken looking puppy that I feel like I need to fix, right? But that's just you kind of underselling yourself, right? Because you can't, I mean, when you're healing someone in that way, it's not really love, right? Because the person is generally not able to love you back in the same way that you are able to love them, right? Because you're obviously, like, if you're fixing this person, if you're constantly fixing people, it's because you're kind of more powerful than them. You've got more, you just have essentially like more love to give, right? But once you've healed them, maybe they're gonna leave, right? Because they can't return it to you in the same way. So for example, maybe you've got kind of gotten in your way a little bit in that respect, and like then you're kind of saying to yourself like, oh, I never end up in commitments and I don't know why. But it's because you're going for people that are like fixer-uppers instead of people that want to be in a commitment. Or maybe like it's in terms of a job, like you feel like you can't find a stable, or you can't find like a stable environment or something. But it's almost like maybe you're sabotaging it in some way subconsciously. So again though, I'm kind of coming back to love, because this card in this deck with the devil always reminds me of, like, it looks like he's healing his heart chakra, right? So the heart chakra is the card that allows us, the chakra that like allows us to open up to unconditional love. It can get very blocked, you know, or it can become unbalanced if you've been hurt in the past, right? Which everybody has, but you know, some more than others. And if you're kind of, because I know what Sagittarius are like, you're always trying to pick up strays and fix them, right? So you might be more, you know, you might have some heart chakra healing to do, right? I feel like this is what you're doing at the moment, because there may be an energy with you of like, I don't understand like why I can't, like why I keep attracting people that don't want a commitment, and I feel like you're trying to fix people, because it's almost like you feel guilty about being successful or something. So there may be, yeah, maybe like a little bit of a fear of commitment that's coming up in that respect. But it's not like you don't want to be in a commitment. It's almost like you feel like maybe subconsciously you're not good enough to be in a commitment or something, so you're kind of sabotaging it. But you definitely have like commitment coming in with that Four of Wands. Because the Devil card talks about getting out of your own way. You know, it's the Devil card is like, okay, I'm going to master this. You know, I'm going to like, maybe you're just dealing with some gunk in your heart chakra, you know? You're like dealing with these kind of past memories and like past hurts, because you know, I have a lot of fire in my chart myself, and I know we're not big with the emotions, right? You know, maybe you just didn't want to deal with it in the past, but I think maybe now Spirit's kind of making you, because there's a commitment that wants to come in. Yeah, this came out for, oh, I can't remember who this was. You have green, revitalize your nervous system. So obviously the nervous system, like trauma is stored in the nervous system, right? So if you're exposed to long periods of trauma, it actually affects your ability to kind of be calm. I feel like there is something here, you're doing some kind of heart healing so you can accept stability and happiness and good fortune into your life, because I feel like almost like your nervous system's kind of shot. Like you may be finding that you're kind of, I don't know, doing shadow work, like maybe crying or being angry and you don't know why. That's shadow work coming out. And it's kind of, spirit is like releasing some of this trauma that's stored in your nervous system. Okay, you have indigo, improve your vision. So this is actually 2 number 4s that have just come out, and you have a number 4 here as well. So the 4s are all about stability. You've reached some kind of milestone here. Like this is a huge milestone in your life. It's stability coming in as well, and like in terms of manifestation, like the number 4s talk about manifesting. So you're manifesting stability. And do you know what? It's like, the best way I can describe this card is like, if you're used to kind of chaos, or if you're used to things being unstable, or even dealing with people who are emotionally unstable, it takes some time for you to get used to stability, right? I feel like that's what's going on for you at the moment. It's like you're kind of opening yourself up to like receive this stability that Spirit's wanting to give you, and to calm you down and make you believe that it's possible for you to have this. Because when you're used to dealing with chaos and trauma, when something good happens, it's difficult for you to accept it, right? So you also have indigo here, improve your vision. So this is very much like the third eye chakra, the color of the third eye chakra. So the third eye chakra is all about using your inner wisdom to guide you. Not so much getting messages from your angels, but like using your inner wisdom to guide you. So it's like that inner knowing. You know, like when you meet, because the third eye chakra helps you see through the veil, but it also helps you see through BS down here in, you know, the real world. Like, you know, maybe you're just kind of finding that when you meet people now, you're just kind of a bit, it's almost like you can just see them, you know what I mean, whether they're good or bad. Like maybe it can work in, you know, both ways. Like, you know, maybe you meet someone, I don't know, that like is saying all the right things, but you're getting a different vibe from them, and you're like, something seems off with you. I kind of see through your BS now. But it can also work in the other way. Like you might meet someone that's super crotchety, and you might kind of be able to see through them and be like, oh, I see that you're just a big cuddly teddy bear. You know what I mean? Yeah, it looks like you're kind of coming, oh my god. You've been in some kind of dark night of the soul. You might be going through this now. This is your shadow work, okay? You're literally about to come out all clean on the other side. Because it's a number 10 as well, so there's definitely a huge cycle ending. And it came out with, I've literally never seen this card, Peach, inhale a breath of life, which is also a number 10. So some kind of, you might have been going through a dark night of the soul, or you might have had like a dark period has ended, and it's like you can breathe again. It's like taking some time out here to learn how to like stabilize your nervous system and breathe, because it may have been chaos for you for so long, Sag, or I don't know, I just feel like you've been going through a dark night of the soul or some kind of chaos, but you're coming out of the other side now. Like that's something they want you to know very heavily. And you have the white card at the bottom of the deck, lighten up. So things are about to really lighten up. And it's also a number 6 card, which talks about harmony. So you have you have harmony coming in now, right? You have, yep, oh my gosh. So clarifying the tower, you have the Fool, leap of faith. Okay. Why, camera? Why aren't you focusing? Why must we go through this every day? So you have, yeah, the leap of faith here. In this particular card, it talks about believing in yourself. So I feel like this is your new like this is why you have this death card, because remember I said it was talking about like a restructure of your beliefs. That's what the Tower card talks about, you know, like a restructure of your beliefs. So I feel like it's you learning to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? Like, again, it's listening to your heart. It's you know, it's like a purpley color. So I just feel like your third eye is really active at the moment, and you're just kind of, it's like you're able to feel your way through situations and stuff a lot better. And you may have also, with this Throne card, you may have also started clocking some people in your life that were maybe trying to keep you down or convince you that you weren't as awesome as you are, right? Because the only people that do that, Sag, are people that are jealous of you, that don't want you to flourish, because for one thing, it makes them realize that they're never going to go anywhere because they refuse to do the work. For another thing, they're scared that you're going to leave them. You know, the list is endless. I feel like this is what's going on. You're like learning to believe in yourself. It's really beautiful, and I'm really happy to see it. It's a really nice reading for you guys. What else for Sag, please? You have the Four of So underneath this Moon card with Confront, you have the Four of Cups. So that can mean a few things. I mean, there may have been kind of opportunities coming in for you, and you've kind of turned your nose up at them, or you've turned your head away from them, you know, in the past. And Spirit, you're kind of, it's like you're having to confront your shadow side now to understand why you've done that. It can also be that you're like, the Four of Cups can talk about, excuse me, like something from your past affecting what, like your future, affecting how you handle the future or opportunities that come your way. Because also with the Four of Cups though, it talks about not missing out on opportunities, you know. Don't let it's time for you to deal with this shadow self, like this shadow, I mean, not the whole thing, that would be crazy, but I think you're doing some shadow work, because there's new opportunities coming in for you. For some of you, it's love. I want to say, for those of you interested in love, and they don't want you to miss out on it, because there's like some self-worth blockages here. You have, wow, clarifying the Ace of Swords, you have the Temperance card, solutions, you have the Star, and you have the Ace of Wands, clarifying the Ace of Swords. So there's real peace. This shadow work that you're doing, or that you have been doing, is bringing you real peace, like real clarity of thought, seeing things clearly, seeing yourself clearly, seeing what's been going on with people or situations, seeing how you've been holding yourself back. You're going to be seeing it very clearly, and it's going to bring in a lot of healing for you. And yeah, with the Ace of Wands here, it's like, it's just, you're going to be feeling very inspired, I think, with yourself and like with life again. I feel like it's a whole new lease on life. You know, you're going to be feeling like passionate and excited about life again. It's just going to bring you so much peace, and there's so much purple here. I didn't show you these cards today. There's so much purple here. Like, it just makes me think your third eye is just wide open, and you have the Ace of Wands here too. So there's definitely, as well, with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, there's some kind of new beginning coming in for you here. And you have, oh my god. Okay. Wow, your reading's super intense for no reason at all. So underneath the Devil, you have the Six of Cups and the Five of Swords. So I don't know what this is. You know, the Six of Cups can talk about childhood. It can talk about your past in general. It can talk about a specific person from the past. But you are being told, or this is what you're doing already, to cut ties with a situation, memories, or a person from your past so that you can be happy, so that this Four of Wands can come in. So you take that as it resonates, okay? Because it's going to be different for everyone. But that's what you're currently doing. You know, the Five of Swords here, like literally he's cutting an etheric cord there, right? So there's like stuff from your past that they're saying it's time for you to release it. So this the Four of Wands can come in. The Archangel Michael is the one that you call in to cut etheric cords. So if you feel like there is a situation or a person from your past that you would like to cut cords with, just call Archangel Michael in. Visualize him cutting the etheric cord with his big fiery sword. And then don't forget to thank him afterwards. And afterwards you should literally feel like a weight lifted off you. I usually do. Okay, you have the Galactic Federation, number 22. So number 22, first of all, like the twos indicate they want you to have some balance in your life as well. I feel like it's time for you to kind of start thinking more about yourself, you know, because this card here, the Fool in this deck, it talks about doing what gives you joy. So maybe you've been kind of focused on doing what other, like the Aries and Leo had a very similar reading. Like maybe you've been very focused on like doing things that bring other people joy, and it's kind of time for you now to get some balance in your life and, you know, try and think about what it is that you want and make yourself happy. And this is collaboration, meetings, and community. So I might get a little bit more about this in a minute, but you might be meeting a community of people in some way, or you might be doing something with a community. Spirit might want you to be going out and socializing more. Don't shoot the messenger, right? I tried it this morning, it was awful. You have the Golden Ratio, beauty, nature, and patterns. So this is a number 4 as well, underneath the Four of Cups. Aha, okay. It's time for you to break some patterns here. There's been some patterns that you keep repeating. Now, whether that's in terms of love, it could even be a job. Like maybe you keep going for crap jobs where you're underpaid and undervalued. Maybe it's friends, you know, because the thing is, Spirit will keep putting, you know, it's like even if you try to just run away, the same things will follow you, basically, right? Like until you learn to deal with it. Like it'll be a different person, but it'll be the same kind of shit they're bringing to your door until you learn to deal with it. So there's something here about you, excuse me, with the Four of Cups here as well, being aware. Yeah. It's time for you to, sorry Sag, confront some of these emotions I think you've been not dealing with, because I think you keep finding yourself in the same patterns, like some kind of same toxic pattern. I'm gonna go into a different deck. What else for Sag, please? What else for Sag, please? Sorry Sag, my camera cut out and I took the opportunity to turn the heating off because I got too hot. But this card came out. Let go of the past, embrace the light and joy of the new day. So this card came out underneath the Ace of Swords and the Star and Temperance and the Ace of Wands. So you're going to be feeling amazing. I don't know if you're going through your shadow work now. Maybe this is a little message for people going through shadow work, because it sucks. It does suck. Shadow work sucks. I hate it. But, you know, you feel so much better after, because you're really going to start to realize some things about, like, people have been keeping you down, or you've been keeping yourself down. And you're really going to be, it's going to be like a whole new mindset you've got going on here, like very, very healing. You're going to be feeling very calm. I'm shuffling them upside down. Right, let's try that again. Oh, you have, it's safe for you to stop comparing yourself to other people. So this has come out underneath this Devil card and the Six of Cups and this Five of Swords. So I don't know, maybe for some of you, you had, for some of you, I don't know, the Six of Cups does talk about childhood. So maybe you had like a parent that was always comparing you to your brothers and sisters, or comparing you to other children or something, and it gave you a bit of a complex about it. Or maybe it could even be something, it could be like a poverty mindset, right, that you inherited. Like maybe your parents are from like a, you know, that generation, because there's like that generation that did experience like true poverty that wasn't that long ago, do you know what I mean? So maybe your parents are from like that kind of era, and they kind of brought this poverty mindset in, and you were always comparing yourself to other people as a kid or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's like wounds from childhood, like maybe you got bullied or something, or you just always felt there was like the other children were doing better, or it's like your teenage years or something. But there's just a message here to say, like, you have to stop comparing yourself to other people, because you're going to be different, right? Everybody has their own experiences. And the thing is, you know, what I'm about to say sucks, right? But often it is the case that people who are meant to do bigger things have it really tough, right? Because you have like bigger lessons to learn. Like usually the souls that have been incarnated here a lot, who have a lot of wisdom, who have a lot of past lives, like who are here with like a specific very big soul purpose, you have some quite big lessons, right? Because you've incarnated here, because you're older souls. It's like your souls have chosen to learn bigger lessons, right? So there's no point in you comparing yourself to, like, I don't know, the Joneses next door, because, you know, I'm not saying the Joneses haven't been through things too, but you're on a completely different trajectory from most people, right? Is what I'm trying to say here. There's just no point. And also, you don't know what other people, you never know what's going on with other people, right? Because they always have like their Facebook and their Instagram and stuff, but that's not their real life, you know what I mean? So I don't know who you're comparing yourself to, but I feel like this is maybe something you did a lot in your past, because this Five of Swords can also talk about a mindset. It doesn't have to be people. You know, the Five of Swords can talk about getting yourself into a mindset that's not good for you. Like maybe you are always comparing yourself to other people and being like, oh, that person's like, I don't know, they're much prettier than I am, or like they're much, they're much richer than I am, or like they're a lot further on in life than I am. But again, that's not your journey, right? And the thing is, the more that you go through, the rewards are usually bigger later on. Let me get one more from this deck. What else for Sag, please? Jeez. Alright. Am I taking these? It seems like a lot. You know what? I'm just going to take the one that's flipped over. You're connected to Source. The light that shines through you leads the way. Okay, so you have, there's your fire sign. So you have a very strong connection to Source. Okay, you're here. That's exactly what I was just saying. Thank you, Spirit. Like, you're here to be a light worker. Like, a lot of you watching this reading, you're light workers. You know, this is the reason that your journeys have been tougher than other people, right? Because I know what it's like. You're sitting watching the normies giving it like, how come, like, you know, Joe blogs just gets to have like a normal life or whatever. Why don't I have that? Like, where's my piece of pie, spirit? But light workers usually have it a little bit because you've chosen to learn certain lessons while you're here, right? But you're very connected to source, and I feel like you're moving into some kind of leadership role here, which is your role because you're a fire sign, you know, you're the leaders of the zodiac, but you know, it's like the passion, you might be different to other people, you know, you might find yourself doing different things, like maybe you're more creative, maybe you find like you can't fit in the box, you know, like it doesn't matter how hard you try, you can't be normal, and you're not meant to. You know, you're meant to kind of be different and be fiery and be passionate and like be a light that shines the way for other people. That's your job. So you're a light worker, okay? But what they're trying to say to you here is the lessons that you've already been through, they were just lessons, okay? You're not, once the lessons are done, you're supposed to keep what you've learned, but you don't need to keep the baggage, right? Like, you know, keep what you've learned, but let go of like all the emotional baggage that's stopping you from being happy, that's stopping you from getting to this Four of Wands energy. Oh my god, I can't pick up the card. Because I'm gonna pull some, I want to pull some more on this Four of Wands here, because this is what's coming in for you. And yeah, look, you have courage and creativity is rewarded with abundant resources. See, this is the thing. The more difficult it is early on, or the more that you have to go through, the more you're rewarded later on. So I feel like you have some kind of abundance headed your way. Obviously that doesn't have to be about money either, you know, it can be like this kind of abundance, like this level, like the Four of Wands, like joy, stability, like a nice calm house, if that's something you've never had, a calm marriage, you know. You have discernment. Discernment means sensing what feels right or wrong, trusting your judgment and acting on it. So that's one of the things that you've been learning. This is why your third eye is so wide open, because it's listening to that inner wisdom, the true you, right? Not the ego that's going, oh my god, like I can't do that because that's a crazy thing to do and that's not what everybody else does. I can't do that, that's crazy. But your inner self is going, yes you can. You're supported by the universe. You're not supposed to do the things that everyone else does, right? Right? Because if people did that, no one would do anything different ever. Like you would never have a Steve Irwin. You know what I mean? Or you would never have like a... I'm trying to think of someone awesome. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. Feel free to leave, you know, awesome people in the comments. But yeah, I feel like this is what you've been learning. You've been learning to develop your intuition. It also has a little note here. Now this may not be for everyone, that you have some people or a person or a situation you have to cut out. A lot of you may have already done that and you're in your shadow work state at the moment, or you're just kind of coming out of your shadow work state. Your angel guidance is to look at the people and situations in your life now and respond to your gut feeling. So there may still be like a situation, maybe a crap job or a person, you know, that just doesn't, you know, like I said, they say all the right things, but you're just, when you're with them, you're like, you don't feel right. Like I don't like you. You know what I mean? Or like I feel like you don't have my best interest at heart. You know what I mean? And you have affirmation, I trust my intuition. Okay. Move these down here as well because I'm going to use these in a minute. I'm going to get some of these messages for you as well. I kind of feel like I just dropped these. Let's reshuffle. What else for Sag, please? What else for Sagittarius, please? Enjoy the calm before the storm. This has been coming out a lot. Yeah. And also I'm putting it underneath revitalize your nervous system. So this has been coming out a lot. I wonder if some of you have Cancer in your chart. You're kind of, it's actually been coming out a lot in the readings because I do feel like a lot of soul, there's like soul, people that are in soul cycles, like the same soul families or the same soul cycle, or maybe going through the same stuff. It's like literally, it's like all your lessons were supposed to happen in the first part of your life. Or there was like a period of time, like, I don't know, 10 years or 5 years or something, where all of your lessons were just crammed in. And now it's like you've done that. But before you can move into happiness and good fortune and like this taking over the world thing that I feel like you're about to do, you need some time out to revitalize your nervous system. Because otherwise you're just going to keep, if you don't do the shadow work, you're going to keep seeking out these destructive patterns, these toxic behaviors and energies. And you're never going to really get to this, right? Or this may be what you've been doing, and Spirit just wants to kind of pat you on the back and say, hey, like, well done. Because a lot of things, once you're past this kind of healing stage, because I feel like it's rest. They want you to kind of rest and just be with yourself. You know, instead of always having to be like, oh my God, what's the next thing that I have to do? Oh my God, I have to do this, and I have to apply for a job, and like this other person has like done some crazy thing and I have to clean up after them. I feel like you don't have anything like that at the moment. Or you're coming out of that period, or you're maybe walking away from that type of stuff. So it's like a little period of calm before like the happiness and good fortune comes in. So that you can reset yourself, you know. What else for Sag, please? Don't really know which one that was. What else for Sag? Oh, you have more discipline is required, but it's come out with stop feeling guilty. See, I was kind of picking this up. I feel like you feel guilty for trying to live your life and be happy. You may have had some people around you in the past that convinced you, like, see, this may be your childhood thing coming through. You know, maybe you had a caregiver or brothers and sisters, or maybe you picked up in school or something that kind of made you feel guilty. Just in general. Like maybe for kind of feeling your, I don't see a lot of sacral chakra here, but it's maybe for kind of following your own dreams or doing things for yourself. Like this may be where you've picked up this need to kind of help other people. And obviously helping people is lovely. That's lovely. But to the point where it's like detrimental to you, that's not lovely, right? Trying to fix everyone that you meet at the detriment of your own happiness, that's not lovely, right? Because I feel like it's being done out of guilt, because you're almost kind of refusing to step into your power fully because you have this kind of deep-seated guilt that you shouldn't be succeeding or something, or you shouldn't be like at your full power, because maybe there's some people around you that aren't able to do that. The thing is, yes they are. If they did the work, yes they would, but they don't want to do the work, right? So why do you have to get held back, right? Sorry if that sounds harsh, but everybody's capable of doing the work. It's just that some people won't. And you know what, Sag? A lot of them never will. So yeah, I feel like this is maybe something they want you to work on. Like this not feeling guilty thing. You know, because I feel like for some of you, you might meet someone new. Because I've just happened to put this Four of Wands over this meetings community card. You might, I don't know, maybe there's like a class or some kind of community or a group that you've been wanting to spend more time or learn, or it's like a group of friends or something. You might meet your future husband or future wife or future partner when you're out in a group setting. And I feel like but in order to do the group setting, you have to stop feeling guilty for doing things that are fun, that make you happy, and you have to do what gives you joy. Because I'm feeling like this Tower is bringing you a lot of freedom emotionally. I feel like it's almost going to be one of those like, wait a minute, hold on a minute here. Why am I feeling guilty for trying to be happy? Because I'll tell you something, I bet there's a lot of people, and I bet these people that make you feel guilty or made you feel guilty in the past, I bet they did what they wanted. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? I bet they got to do what they wanted, right? Okay, you have new opportunities coming and you have abundance is imminent. So there is definitely, there's like stability. And obviously abundance, like this could be talking about the Four of Wands as well. Like there's some kind of, it's a huge, this is what the Four of Wands talks about, like a huge milestone. You've hit some kind of huge milestone in your life and now it's time to celebrate. But it's like with the Devil here and the Four of Wands, it's almost like you've been trapped in chaos energy for so long that it's taking you some time to revitalize your nervous system and accept it, right? I think you've been subconsciously doing heart healing. I will leave heart healing meditations in the description box. One of them you can just put on overnight. It takes no extra time out of your day, okay? I feel like you have some kind of abundance coming in here. And you have, is it worth it? So you may be in the midst of all this like shadow work at the moment. You may be kind of getting rid of some toxic energy in your life at the moment. And you know, sometimes the toxic people don't want to go, right? So, you know, sometimes they put up a bit of a fuss, right? And they call you, you know, they tell you you're selfish and they say things like, you've changed, man. You've changed. So you may have to kind of fight for yourself, right? Fight for what you want. Fight for the things that you know you deserve. The shadow work may be getting you down a little bit at the moment, but they're saying, is it worth it? And I would say the answer is yes, right? Yes. Let's see what else here. You have options. So yeah, it's time for you to start thinking a bit bigger, I think. I think you've kind of restricted yourself a lot in terms of what you would allow yourself to do. Maybe because subconsciously you realize other people couldn't come with you, or you felt guilty because you were kind of able, I feel like you always knew you were able to do different things than other people, because Sagittarius are very talented at multiple things, but you may have never really wanted to shine because you felt bad about it for some reason. And again, I want to say like freedom. See like how, you know what I mean? It's like a freedom. It's like the path has been cleared now for you to start exploring different options. And you have balance. So this could be about your root chakra as well. I will also leave the root chakra meditation in the description box. Why aren't you focusing? So you have a lot more balance coming into your life here. Also, you might want to try and get some more fruit and veg into your diet. Oh, and you have forgive. Okay, so this could be about forgiving yourself. It could be about forgiving other people. And I'll say, I can't remember who I said this with, maybe Virgo, but you know, forgiveness is not about the other person, right? Because I know when people are like, you've got to forgive, man, you know, that sort of part of yourself that's like, you don't know what they did comes out. And you know, the thing is, you don't do it for them, because a lot of them are probably not sorry. Let's face it, probably are not consciously sorry, or maybe would always say it was your fault. But you do it for you, right? Because once you start to realize like these people in your past, that people are just working from whatever level of consciousness they can, you know. So it's not, I mean, they do it on purpose, but not really, because it's kind of, they're working from the ego, you know what I mean? Whereas you are stepping much more into your true higher self here, you know, you're being much more guided by your higher self. So it's like when you can kind of take that step back and be like, okay, I see that those people tried to keep me down in the past, not because I am lacking in something and I am not worthy, but actually the opposite of that, because I am very worthy and I am very capable and very talented and lacking in nothing. And actually, I don't want to say superior, but maybe to some of the people that were around you, like, yeah, you kind of were, you know what I mean? So that's maybe, you know, you can step back and be like, oh, that's why you were trying to keep me down, right? Because you were like jealous, or you didn't want to do your own work. Yeah, Two of Swords here. This is something maybe you didn't see for a long time. But you know, you forgive for yourself, because the other thing that I keep trying to say to people as well, because I think it's important, is if you don't get past this forgiveness thing in this life cycle, you have to come back and do all this shit again with like the same people, you know. So you may as well just get it over with and do it in this life. So I'm going to I'm going to clarify this Four of Wands. Oh my god, look. On the split, you have the Ace of Cups. This is looking like someone new. It can also be self-love. Oh my god, look what's on the split. You have a new love coming in. This is commitment with somebody new coming in. They're going to make you very, very happy. Also, if you're not looking for love, this, you know, the Ace of Cups is all about self-love, and the Ten of Cups, like emotional contentment within the self, which is, I feel like, what you're coming into. Okay, yeah. Six of Swords, so you're moving away from chaos, right? The Ace of Cups again. You're moving away from chaos. The Five of Swords is very much a chaos energy. You know, you might have, it doesn't have to be people, it's going to vary, but for some of you it's a person, people, a situation, could be a job, for example. For some of you it's a mindset, but it's basically something very destructive. Like in terms of a person, it's maybe someone, you know, someone very toxic. Like you can pour love and time and affection into them until the cows come home, and they're never going to change because they don't want to, right? Especially, they might change once you've gone, but while you're there enabling them, they're not going to change, because why would they? They can play the victim, they can have you clean up after them. Why would they change, right? It could also just be a mindset, like this feeling guilty about doing things for yourself and being happy, allowing yourself to be happy. You're moving away from that, these destructive mindsets into much more calm waters and harmony. I feel like you have, I'm just going to reshuffle that because I feel like I dropped it. You have like calm, stability and harmony coming in. Clarify this Four of Wands for me, please. What is this Four of Wands? Eight of Wands. This is going to happen quite fast. You might move. You might physically move for some of you, because you have the Six of Swords with the Eight of Wands. Like you might actually cross water. You might, for some of you. But there's movement. You're moving forward, and I think it's going to happen quite fast. I do think it's going to happen quite fast, because you're either in the midst of this shadow work or it's coming very, very soon. And you don't need to be afraid of it, you know, just embrace it, recognize it for what it is, and then release it and let yourself be happy. Because you have, look at that, the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Some of you have, if you're looking for love, this is love coming towards you, and it's someone new. It's going to happen very fast. You might meet this person literally out of the blue. It might be someone that you've been waiting, you know, because new love doesn't have to mean somebody brand new. You like might know them, but it never got off the ground or something. But you're not talking like toxic ex or like some kind of toxic attachment here. Oh my god, look, if the Four of Wands, clarifying the Four of Wands. Oh my god, get ready. I think some of you are going to find yourselves in a commitment very quickly. You may move in with this person very quickly. You may get married very quickly. I don't want to freak you out, but I feel like there's a touch of this for some of you. You may have a bit of a commitment phobia that you may not even realize you have, that Spirit is getting rid of. Because, I don't know, you may have watched your parents have a shit marriage or something, and it's kind of, you've grown up being like, well, I'm not going to get married. But I feel like Spirit is getting rid of this commitment issues for you so that this can come in. My camera cut out, Sag. You have the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck here, so someone might be spying on you. Like, not an ex, but, you know, someone might be kind of waiting to make their move here. Clarify, just give me a little bit more. Who is this person coming in for Sag, please? You have the Death card. It could be a Scorpio. Let me just reshuffle them. This new person coming in is literally, it's like a whole new life with this person. I almost feel like this person just puts you in their boat and just sails off with you. Whether you're a man or a woman. I just feel like there's someone coming in who just, it's like they see what you've been through and they just want to rescue you. And when they do come in, like with the Death card, it's a total transformation. Total transformation. You have the Empress. Some of you, I just have to say this, you might get pregnant kind of fast for some of you, okay? So if that's not something you're looking for, just watch that. There could be a Taurus or a Libra. I also feel like for some of you, I feel like you have abundance coming in quite fast for you. Like with the Empress, and it's not something you're going to have to work very hard at. You know, because the Empress, like, things just kind of naturally flow to her. And the thing is, I'm not sure if this happens, maybe you've already met this person and this is what triggered the shadow work, or you're going to meet them when you're feeling super confident, but you're going to be feeling really, really confident with this person. Like, you're going to be in a really good place. You know, if you're a man, or if you're the, well, I don't know. If you're dealing with a woman, she might already be a mother. That's what I'm trying to say. I was going to get into like masculines and feminines in there and then confuse myself. She might be a mother. That's what I'm trying to say. Or she might just be a very motherly energy. And one more, please. What else for Sagittarius about this clarify that Four of Wands. Or give me something about this person coming in for Sag. Give me something about this person coming in for Sag. Give me something about this person coming in for Sag. That's quite a lot. I just want one. Give me something. Alright, we'll take two. So you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Again, you have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, so I feel like it's going to happen quite fast. There could be a Cancer. This person, I think, has a decent amount of money. With the King of Pentacles, they could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but they're very kind of boss energy, this person. Now, what I would say with the Chariot is sometimes this hides someone, like, they might seem very confident on the surface, but actually underneath they're maybe not that confident, but they're very, very focused, they're very determined, very motivated, very sensible. Very committed. Like, this person's, yeah, you're gonna find yourself in a commitment very fast with this person, because that's what this person's looking for. They could be an earth sign with some fire in their chart, or they could be a fire sign with some earth in their chart, but this person is very, very stable. Because you have the Queen of what was I trying to say? The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands here. So I think you're dealing with someone, they're very, very practical. This person is very, very practical, very supportive, very nurturing, very loving. But at the same time, they're also very adventurous, like very charming, very sexy. Like, they may get a lot of attention, like you. So they're they're well balanced for you. Because they're not flaky. Like, in the past, you may have found yourself going for people who ended up being kind of flaky or something because you wanted excitement. But you're going to get it both with this person. Like, they're going to be exciting and like I said, really gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. But like charming and like, you know, they may be like a manager, team leader, entrepreneur, but they're also very sensible. I think this person's very good with their money. Very grounded energy, but also like very exciting at the same time. So I'm just loving this for you, Sag. Like, I'm so happy for you. So I'm going to leave the reading there. Many, many thanks for watching. I hope it resonated and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you feel like doing that. I'd appreciate that a lot. And don't forget to check out my new channel, How to Train Your Caterpillar. Excuse me, if you feel like doing that, I'd appreciate it so much, Sag. Many, many blessings, love and light, and good luck with your shadow work.